Hello, it's Chris Voss here from the Chris Voss Show.com, the Chris Voss Show.com. This is a pretty cool product that we're taking a look at today. This is reported to be the slimmest and lightest iPad keyboard case in the world, called the Too Skinny. This is from Hatch&Co. That's Hatch&Co. You can check out their website at Hatch&Co.com. That's Hatch&Co.com. This is made for the iPad 2 and the new iPad that you can take and do. Anyway, this is a really cool looking, very thin, of course, purported to be the slimmest and lightest keyboard case for the iPad in the world. And even the keyboard lights up. It's called the Too Skinny. So it's got a 7mm thin keyboard. It's light, got protection and touch. Looks pretty good in the box here from what we can see of it. Meet the world's slimmest and lightest iPad keyboard case with backlight by Hatch&Co. And after introducing the world's first touch technology iPad keyboard case, Skinny, Hatch&Co. is now back with the second generation with backlight, which enables typing in the dark, called the Too Skinny, because it's simply too skinny. I get it. Okay, so looks like you can go up to 68 hours of power here, 45 days, 3 hours of different settings you can take and use for, how long you can use the device. Let's see, what else is there to tell you? Slimmest and lightest, keyboard lights up, and protection and portability for your iPad. Let's go ahead and open it up, and we'll get to know the product much better, I'm sure, that way. Let's see if I can figure out the proper way to get into this box as we unbox this. So, go ahead and pull this out. This thing's put together pretty good. So let's go ahead and yank it out of the box here. Now, I've been testing several keyboards lately from different manufacturers, so this will be an interesting experience to take and test out. So we can see here the keyboard, and let's see, we've got a box here, it seems. Let's go and pull this baby out. Now, of course, one of the great things it does provide you with is a case to your iPad also. So, looks like we've got a different stand that might be in here. Okay, so I see it goes this way. So you've got your keyboard here, and wow, let me tell you, that is thin. And that must have some really good sensors because the keys don't really push, so they must be touch sensors. You can see how thin this is, pretty incredibly thin. And then, of course, your iPad will go up in here. Looks like it has a pop-out area that you can use to make it stand up there. So you've got that. Let's see what else is here. We should have some cords and some other things. I think, well, just some cords. I don't think there's anything else in the box. So you've got your cordage here that you need to charge the unit and all that good stuff. And what we're going to do, boy, I've got to tell you, it is really light. I mean, it mostly just feels like your average normal iPad case. Looks like it's got some interesting beveled back here, and seems to hold things together pretty tightly too. So what we're going to do is we're going to test it, play with it for a couple days, see what we think, and come back and tell you. Okay, so we've gotten a chance to play with the Hatch Too Skinny keyboard, and this is my new favorite keyboard that I'm going to be using all the time. It's so wonderful and easy to use. Now, it's got a very flat keyboard where there's no clicking, so you'd have to get a little bit used to that. It doesn't take long at all. The keyboard is very responsive. If you're used to using a keyboard, you've got the dots that you have on either side for the J and the F, so that you always know where your fingers are hitting. So we actually failed a competitor from a very major keyboard making company for Bluetooth, and this thing is 10 times more impressive than what we the company that we failed, and we're very happy with it. So let me try and do some typing here from the weird angle. So wow, this keyboard is very cool, and it's super accurate. One of the things that we love about it, it's got a great space bar, it's got great access to the all the keys and everything you could want to do, and of course you've got access to your home button where you can go to the home, you can play music, videos, all that sort of good stuff. You can adjust your sound, audio, you can go to the internet and things of that nature. Everything is controllable from your keyboard, which is really awesome. So we really like it. And as you can see, the keyboard is very, very thin. It's very, very thin. And you can also turn the option on or off to have the backlit key area light up, where essentially you can see this in the dark. And that's just really cool, is having the backlight being able to come up and be able to see this in the dark. If you're working maybe late at night or something of that nature, or you're on a flight, you want to be able to see kind of where your keyboard is, you can easily do that. And I believe, I can't remember, there we go. So you can see here the keyboard will light up when you hit the button. And of course I usually leave it off so that I can take and optimize the most time with my battery life, of course. So battery life is awesome on it. One thing that's really nice is it's so thin that it just literally becomes a case. I mean, you literally, it feels like you just have your normal iPad case here for it. So to set it up, you just pull the dongle out the back, stand it up, away you go, and you've got access to everything, of course, that you need. But one thing that's real impressive, like I say, is the keyboard and being able to utilize it. It's just so easy to work with on the keyboard. And the typing response is just incredible. That's really what you're looking for, is the typing response and being able to have it type what you say. I mean, like I said, we've failed a couple keyboards in the past, and one of the problems is they couldn't keep up with my typing, and it has a very fast type rate to it. If you're a very fast typer, it'll keep up with you. So very impressive that way, and we just love it. We think it's awesome. So double thumbs up for this. The Hatch and Company's Too Skinny. The Hatch and Company's Too Skinny. You can go to their website at hatch&co.com. That's hatch&co.com. And be sure to tell them Chris Voss saying it. Chris Voss tested, Chris Voss approved. My new Bluetooth keyboard for the iPad. Let's go ahead and show you the side here where this you have your charging port, your sync port, and then you have a on-off switch so that you can turn that on and off. And that's pretty much just the outside of this. You can see, of course, you have access to all your ports and everything that you need to. But very simple, easy to use, but kicks butt. We're very impressed with it. And like I said, this is against other expensive keyboard makers for Bluetooth that we've taken and failed. This thing does a great and awesome job. We're very impressed with what they've done with it. And it's super thin and light. Thanks for coming by to chrisvossshow.com. Be sure to go to Hatch & Company and tell them Chris Voss sent you. Thanks for coming by.